FCNYC. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Dominic. I'm here with Dominic Morrow. My name is Ben Chan. It's time to talk about the first event of the year for UFC, which is UFC 142, and this is taking place in Brazil. So this card is stacked with Brazilian fighters. We're going to be talking about the 5 fights that are going to be on the pay-per-view card. And let's start off with the Edson Barboza versus Terry Edom fight.
Yeah, this is an interesting fight. Edson Barboza, great kickboxer, really strong kicks, really fast hands. He's a very experienced striker, controls the distance really well. And he's going up against Terry Edom, who may be notable as the only Englishman who knows how to wrestle. He's really grapply, he's got 4 submissions of the night. Terry Edom really does not want to strike with Edson Barboza, clearly. I mean, he's going to get his head knocked off if he tries. Mm-hmm. So it's the classic striker-grappler matchup, except I'm not really sure how good at wrestling Edom's going to be. He's, if he can somehow grab a hold of Barboza and get the fight to the ground, he stands a pretty good chance of winning, or at the very least, we're going to see Barboza's grappling tested for the first time. If he can't, he's going to have to stand in front of Edson Barboza and get his legs kicked off. So, it's going to be a great fight to start the card with.
Okay, and then next up we have Eric Silva versus Carlo Prater.
Yeah, this is a fight between 2 guys with a combined 40 seconds of UFC experience. So we'll start with Eric Silva. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, but his only UFC fight was a first-round knockout over another guy making his UFC debut. So yeah, not an awful lot of film on that guy. And he's fighting Carlo Prater, who is a lightweight who's fighting at welterweight this weekend because the UFC needed a replacement for Silva's first opponent. So yeah, Prater's a journeyman. He's been around for a while. Not a great record, not a lot of wins over quality opponents. Well, someone's going to get 41 seconds of ring experience, I guess. We'll see.
Okay, and then we have Jusimar Palhares versus Mike Macenzio.
Yeah, this is going to be another fun fight. Jusimar Palhares, he's been a force in the middleweight division for a while now. Crazy strong grappler. His friends call him Tree Stump because he's so short and broad. Apparently that's endearing in Brazil. I don't know. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's been called one of the most gifted grapplers in the middleweight division. He's just phenomenal on the ground. And that's why Mike Macenzio does not want to go to the ground with him at all. Macenzio's floated around the middleweight division for a long time now. He's not even a gatekeeper status, really. I mean, if he can beat a name like Palhares, he really, makes a name for himself. However, that's going to involve staying away from Jusimar Palhares. I mean, Palhares' game plan is always the same: drag the guy to the ground, get a hold of his leg, and try to take it home with him. Macenzio was a good wrestler in high school, national champion in junior college as well. A little bit different now because, like I said, Palhares is going to try to take the leg home as a souvenir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far it doesn't look good if you're not Brazilian.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good night for the Brazilians, I think.
Okay, and then next up we've got 2 middleweights who punch like heavyweights. We have Vitor Belfort versus Anthony Johnson.
Yeah, this fight has fight of the night, or at least knockout of the night, written all over it. Vitor Belfort, what do you want to say? The guy's a legend. He's been fighting for 15 years. He's fought, a who's who of the top talent in mixed martial arts in 3 weight classes by now. He fought Overeem, Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture, Anderson Silva, Vanderlei Silva. I mean, the guy's fought everybody. He's a crazy strong boxer. He's a veteran. He's got 11 first-round knockouts. Yeah, the guy's a legend. He's fighting Anthony Johnson, who's making a name for himself as a bit of a knockout artist also. Incredibly strong wrestler, but his hands, he's really accurate with his hands. He was a gigantic welterweight before he finally moved up to welterweight for this fight, or middleweight, excuse me, for this fight. Yeah, both of these guys hit like trucks. Someone's going to get knocked out, clearly. I have no idea who. It ought to be Anthony Johnson getting knocked out. I mean, Belfort's the more experienced striker. He's the more experienced fighter. Belfort's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if the fight does end up on the ground. I mean, Belfort really ought to win this fight on paper, but I mean, Anthony Johnson, he's got hands. We'll see.
Yeah, he's got a puncher's chance.
He does.
And then for the main event, we have a championship fight in the featherweight division. We have Jose Aldo versus Chad Mendes.
Yeah, this is going to be another fun fight. Another classic striker-grappler matchup. Jose Aldo, wrecking ball of a 145-pound man, kickboxer, destroyed Uriah Faber's legs with kicks for 25 straight minutes. And that's relevant because Uriah Faber is the guy who trains Chad Mendes. I mean, Mendes, since he turned pro, has been training with Team Alpha Male. That's Uriah Faber's camp. Very wrestly young man. He wrestles, he gets decisions. Not an awful lot of submissions, hardly any knockouts. Mendes' game plan is to wrestle Jose Aldo. Unfortunately, Jose Aldo's seen that game plan before. I mean, that was Mark Hominik's game plan, that was Uriah Faber's game plan. Didn't work out well for either of those guys. Mendes isn't as highly touted as either of those guys, so if he wins, it'll be a huge upset. He's probably not going to win. I don't think Chad Mendes really brings anything to the table that Jose Aldo hasn't seen. And even if Jose Aldo hasn't seen it, Jose Aldo's just going to punch it in the face. That's his game plan, or kick it in the leg. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good night for the Brazilians. It's almost like the UFC knew that their card was going to be in Rio.
Yeah, so UFC 142 this Saturday, January 14th, 10 o'clock on pay-per-view. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
And we'll see you next week, everybody.